The joys of blocking. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Positively Glad, and we are back today with round number 10 of Season 8 in the Drivers' Sunday Championship with Revolution Racing League. I am joined again by my partner in crime, my original partner in crime from Race 1. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Beer and Kebab. Beer, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, well, hello there. It's BK Xbox, Beer and Kebab, your racing guru. And welcome to our race night. So that's a bit of commentary. We've got Russia tonight, Socchi, 100% there. Should be a cracker. As the loading screen comes up.
And I've not let it run on this time. I've already planned my cigarette break is going to be after the next loading screen. After my copyright scare for the last 3 weeks. We have 17 drivers, sorry, here. Let's get the spectator mode rolling. Broadcast, fastest lap, detail, currently fitted, telemetry is enabled, lap data is enabled. Right, 17 strong field today. Notorious, Michelangelo, Tough Kev, Kaninch, White Dog, Sint, Cookie, Snoop, Paul 2K, who I called everybody 2 weeks ago. Doing a solo stream. Tits, Les Paul, Owlsat, Biddy, Big Shoe, Toto Wolf, Winchester, and RRL Addict. Philip, the 17 strong field out there today, Bear. Going to be a cracker.
Yeah, well, it's that time of night, it's that time of week, it's prediction time. So here you go.
And do you know what? Now that we've actually seen these guys in bloody action, I can actually make a bleeding prediction. That's the last time you said I was like, I'm on the fence. Right, me today, based on the car allocation, I'll run through them quickly. Addict, Sauber, Cookie, McLaren, Kaninch. I was going to look at Thomas Halo, you know, but he's obviously not here due to a wrist injury, and we've got an Owlsat out on track, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's get him on there.
It's what happens, it's what happens, he's got spanking your monkey-itis. That's why he's not here tonight.
I'm actually going to put it out there, and I believe we have a Mr. Winchester back with us tonight in the Mercedes. He returned last week, Beer. But I'm going to pick one of two. I'm going to say, I'm going to go in harder. I'm going to say Sint in the Force India, and I'm also going to go as my second pick, Winchester in the Mercedes, just simply because of the track. That's literally the only reason why.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take a wild stab at the dark here, and I'm going to take, I think one of the RRL chaps is going to win tonight. I don't know which one, but I think one of them. They've got what it takes, I think, to do the business around the circuit.
So if Les Paul wins, Sint wins because they haven't got RRL in their name, it's like a 2 in fucking 17 chance, isn't it?
Well, I'm gonna go for Addict for the simple reason is, in my first commentary stint for this league, which was Bahrain, I picked him and he wasn't even bloody racing, so tonight he's going to win.
And would you like to know what car he's in?
Sauber.
Yeah.
It's a great
you can pull this off.
car.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what though, round here, I'd rather be in that than the Macca. Personally speaking. You know, it's a car that I'd much prefer to be in. Yeah,
I think I've got a feeling also you're going to see a lot of one-stops tonight. It's very easy on the tyres as Russia. You can generally run on the ultras and supers. Don't have to touch a soft tyre at all unless you have a crash, and they can just go for the rest of the race without stopping again. It is so easy on the tyres. So it's possible you might see somebody doing a two-stopper on ultras.
Being in the super soft in the middle of it,
ultra.
Yeah, I was going to suggest something like that.
Yeah. To be honest though, I mean, I've always when I've done Russia in league racing, I've always been quite tactical. I've actually qualified on the supers, not the ultras, and then run them deep into the race. It always means I'm quicker at the end than anybody else. Of course, that's the theory. It doesn't always quite work out that way, but that's the tactic normally behind it.
In fairness as well, you'd almost assume that one of the top guns would be doing that, wouldn't you? You know, for example, a Mercedes or a Ferrari. I would strongly pick Michelangelo and the Red Bull to do something like that. I know Mike's had a lot of problems, hasn't he? Especially in the race that we watched in Bahrain. And my baby and partner are back from the fireworks! Yeah!
Yeah, it's a shame with Michelangelo. I mean, he showed some good pace when he was actually going around Bahrain, but unfortunately he was so far off the track he spent most of his time going around Abu Dhabi, which he'd be going around Bahrain and cross the border.
As I say, one of them
moments.
Now,
joking aside, joking aside, when he drove that Ferrari to Bahrain, he did actually have some good pace. You know, so what car's inside? Is in the Ferrari tonight?
I believe Red Bull. Let me just
have a little look.
And Owlsat sits at 1 minute 36.2. Not a bad first stint. I believe Les Paul is next car round. He's in the Renault, Les Paul. We covered him in the Mercedes. Les Paul, obviously, just to kind of remind the viewers at home, the order in which
look at
RL's
this,
drivers...
Michelangelo. So he's in the Ferrari again.
Ooh.
So you've got to fancy him, actually. He did quite well.
Do you know what? I was looking at Notorious. Forgive me. Notorious, I believe, is in the Red Bull. He's just above him in the table, isn't he? The higher up the table you are, guys, in RL, the worse the car you drive, it kind of balances out. As we see Les Paul now doing a 1 minute 37.2. Renault, not bad. Notorious gets out of the way.
I think also, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm not, they change the cars each week depending on your finishing position on the previous
I
race.
believe
That's correct, isn't it?
Pretty close, championship position. I know that in terms of, I think that's what they do in the first race. So based on where you finish it, you know, with DNFs, etc., etc. If you have a DNF, for example, or 2 DNFs, you end up being in the Sauber. And if you remember Wise Dog, when he went plumbing off the track in America, and Sint goes around with a 35.6, one of my picks. That's a good start by him. Wise Dog in the Sauber is under 3 seconds off the Mercedes Force India. Not bad.
Well, I tell you what, Biddy set a decent time on the Supers with 1:37.1. Currently about 1.5 seconds behind Sint, which is pretty much the delta between the 2 tyres. So that's not bad, actually. It's a pretty good time.
Let's have a little flick. Oh my goodness me, I'm just watching Tough Kev there in the Ferrari. He's in a lot more... Michelangelo, you called it.
Oh, yeah, he's off to Azerbaijan, which is neighbouring Russia, of course.
About to say, yeah, I think along with 9/10 of the other Asian American... American? Well, I guess Alaska counts, doesn't it? Anyway. Addict, curious when you were watching, weren't you, B? You were calling him, weren't you? Let's see what Addict can do in comparison to Wise Dog then. 35.36. Addict goes round... And that's a good lap. That's a very good lap in the South.
Yeah, well,
37.8.
Well, 37.8. I don't think that was really... I think he can go quicker than that. He's going again, by the looks of it. DRS is open, just on board with Addicts at the moment.
Just watching Kaninch, of course. He is being upgraded to last, and he pits. He bins off his lap. Notorious in the Red Bull is currently going into 5th position with a 1 minute 36.935. Slots in just ahead of Paul 2K, who I happen to call everybody in the previous weeks. Toto Wolf, of course. Beer, as we has been proven time and time again, especially with a 6 minute 51 lap at the moment. He's doing quite well. However, Winchester is flying here. Oh my god, what a lap. 35.2. That's the stuff. That's the sauce. 'Tis the sauce, to be jolly. Anybody who's new to the stream, guys, of course, please be sure to drop us a follow, and of course head over to the YouTube channel if you want to catch up with any of the other action if you have missed it. Are we still calling ourselves Boozers and Binges?
Boozers and Binges, yeah. I tell you what, Winchester really has stats authority down there. He's got the best car in the game, obviously in performance mode, and he is set at 135.2. That's he set the benchmark there. He's going to take some catching. Michelangelo, good place in the Ferrari, 35.6, just 3/10 off Winchester. Sits in the Red Bull. Is that the Red Bull? Of course it is. 2017 Red Bull. It looks different, doesn't it? The 2017 Red Bull. Completely different livery.
It does, and especially if you compare it to the Toro Rosso as well, how similar they used to be. Lenny, thank you very much, man.
Yeah.
Beer's breaking up. No, he sounds okay on our end. Hopefully it may just be the way that the stream is coming across there. Len, I do apologise, mate. Once again, the stream is a little bit flickery as well. That's based on, for some reason, it won't let me stream past 330p for some fucking reason, but anyway.
Good lord, that's the Atari 2600 graphics, that is 30p.
Mate, I'm repping the old school. Another name I want to bring up as well, Beer, is Big Stew. He's had, obviously, from when we had our first race, he had a lot of problems. He was on course for a 2nd place last race, but, you know, and he's just gone out on track now, actually, saying that. But he had a lot of problems over the last few weeks, but he did get I believe it was 3rd position he got last week, or 4th, 3rd or 4th. He had a really good race. So here we go then.
That's a good time to buy your Tough Kev there on the Supers, 135.7, only 4/10 off Winchester, and that's on the harder compound. It's good time.
Good lap. 35.7.
He's gone out on the Ultras by the looks of it. was he just changed over?
I don't
I'm
know.
not too sure actually what compound tyre that was, because it was showing as supers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's flashed up purple as the ultras.
I've just gone over to the tyre with best. Forgive us, guys. We're working with new tools here today. Well, we're not. We've had them for like 3 weeks, but we've done it like 3 times. But is the best laps? Only Biddy has still gone round on the supers, but however, he has flicked onto ultras for his next lap. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear, but my baby is currently going there in the background, enjoying the view. Big Stu then is going to be the next car around.
If anyone can go sub 135 around here, I mean, well, Michelangelo's going back out again. That's he's going to go out and try and nick pole. It's actually very close between Michelangelo and Sinter's, only a tenth, isn't it? And that does make a lot of difference between the first and second row. Of course, there's quite a long. At the start of the race, there was quite a decent toe up to turn 1, turn 2, which is quite a tight right-hand chicane to the left hand, and you do get quite a lot of toe up there. We've tended to found before, certainly in the previous games cars, the lead car can get swamped.
Yeah,
a bit like Mexico.
You need to have the perfect start, don't you?
Run. You need to really get off. No wheel spin. You've got to just hit the ground running, literally. I'm looking forward to seeing Toto and Turtle see if they can have another of their great battles. I mean, they had a fantastic battle around Bahrain a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you missed last week with Tough Kev and Kaninch. Race-long battle, of course. Tough Kev returning after 2 DNFs was racing in the Sauber, and Kaninch for being second in the table. Joint top actually with Cookie, who has sort of gone under the radar here. Cookie, of course, he is the second in the championship behind Addict, racing in the McLaren. So it's going to be interesting to see how that battle unfolds. And then you've got Kaninch, of course, in the Haas. So yeah, and all three, well, 2. Oh, we got a yellow. Oh, Notorious. What's happened to Notorious? He's just retired on track, it seems. So Notorious thinks he's done enough.
Well, Michelangelo's has just been given, just let one of the Mercedes through, given himself who's about to start a fast lap.
Amazing, we both saw that there, because I was following the car he let through. Big Stu come around the final corner now.
Yeah.
Big Stu is going to be in the 35.7. He puts himself in 5th position.
Yeah, that's a good time. It's tight up there. There's less than just under half a second between top 5 at the moment. It's just very competitive for the front 3 rows. Anyway, I'm going to stay on board with Michelangelo. He's on his fast lap. He's going to try and hit pole if he can really go for it. Comes to turn 2, turn
myself
3.
As well. I will myself. I'll let you do the commentary for this one, Beer.
So you're on Michelangelo, are you?
Certainly am.
Yeah, it's just coming to complete sector 1 now. There's a right-hander, and then a short bit of straight up to a second right-hander. About 33, 34 seconds for sector 1. 34.8, I think he's a bit down at the moment. Oh, it's lost a bit of slide in there. That's a big cost him a tenth or 2. Back end stepped out.
Is that it?
Yeah, he's run a bit wide there as well. He's going to probably lost a tenth or 2. I don't think this is going to be a pole lap. Could be wrong, but I don't think
He's given
so.
it up.
No,
he's given up on it.
He's binned the car, yeah.
Which means we've got one person that we're watching, and I believe that is Sint. Turtles goes 7th, by the way. Cookie's gone 13th. Only Kaninch left to do a lap and get one set. Kaninch goes into 12th. So here we go, then.
I am surprised to see some of the top 10 not going alternative strategies, running the supers.
It's interesting, isn't it, how, well, by the way, if Biddy doesn't improve his lap, he's going to be starting on the super soft tyre in the top 10. So it would almost be sense for Biddy not to go back round here. He's only got Toto, and Big Stu goes fastest.
She's just gone the 10th upon Winchester. Now here comes Sint flying around there.
We're on board.
Final sector. He's got 3 corners to go, including the one that's just passed. That's a good exit out of there. Yeah, nice and smooth. Let's see, we've got 2 corners to go. Right-hander.
Snoop
Touch
goes
the brake,
13th.
roll the car around.
Addict
Tricky
11th.
last corner, got to nail this one. He's done that. He's always run a bit wide. He's going to get away with that. He's got away with it on 35.2.
He's done it by 6,000
Well,
per second.
I'm surprised that lap's standing because
That was very lucky.
Clearly off the track there.
Very lucky, very, especially around Russia as well. If that was in race scenario, Beer's voice sounds crackly.
During the race.
It's fine. Your voice is fine in my ear.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. It's probably because I'm just old.
Crackle. Are we going to touch? Oh, there's a big crash. The AIs
Nah,
invaded each other.
they were playing the silly buggers.
Biddy's AI has just exploded. Sint, you got really, really lucky, man, to be honest. Really lucky there from Sint.
The interesting thing is, though, there's less than a tenth of a second cover in the top three. Oh, hello. Sint's just trying to win the Mercs. On the wind down lap, and the Merc returns to the favour. I'm ploughing into the back of him.
Aye, Beer, on the, you're fine here, man, just keep going, there's nothing you can do. On the stream it sounds crackly, but I think that's on my end, so don't worry about it. I've just listened to it, it's not, you're speaking fine, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll just, if it's getting bad, I'll just stop.
Ah, you'll be right, man.
You on Twitch, are you?
Sorry, give me 1 second, Beer. Right, so I'll let you do the rundown while I run up and give a bottle to Baban. Back in one.
Oh, hang on, no, hang on, I'm on the computer. Right, yeah, sorry, right, here we go then. Right, yeah, Sint with his wheels off the track pole with the 135.2. Big Stu just 7 1,000s behind him in the Merc. Winchester third, just a tenth coming to the top three. Michelangelo fourth, Tufka fifth, Biddy 6, Owls at 7th, Turtles 8, Notorious 9, 42k in 10th place. The rest of the runners can run whatever compound they like because they finish early qualified outside the top 10, so they can now look to a tyre. I'd imagine there's quite a few of them going on to the supers at the start. And in fact, God, this game, it seems a bit... But the title screen coming up there on my screen, it was very glitchy. I'll just wait for Oz to come back downstairs, so I've got to go and check something on the Twitch feed. And then we'll be away shortly. So I mentioned earlier, should be, I reckon, quite a few one-stoppers tonight. I don't think there's going to be too many unassisted calls, which is always possible. And I'm just trying to get Poz's feed up, turn the volume up so I can see if it is really laggy. Right folks, the race is about to start. As soon as it's done though, I will be backing out because I thought this is crackly until I've just checked. Here we go, good start there by the Sauber. Not the Sauber, even the Force India. I'm not sure where Pot is. And you've got Winston tucked in behind him there. Quite a long run down to this first chicane. Let's see if they get through. Oh, Michelangelo's lost part of his wing now. He's got us the back of Winchester. That's how bad the damage is, but it definitely saw bits of carbon fibre flying off the front end of his car. That's allowed Sint to get away quite nicely in first there. Already got about a second on the other cars. Big Stew's jumped to the third. Michelangelo's dropped down to 7th. Biddy's in 4th. Good start by Biddy there. Tucker 5th. Turtles 6th. Michelangelo 7th. Alex 8th. And Notorious has just taken Les Paul. He's dropped down to 11th. Sint there in Force India. He's been, well, he's had a couple of bad corners there because Winchester's caught right up with him. I've got actually no idea where the pos is. Hang on, let's just turn the old telemetry right up. Here we go. As they come up to the start of the third sector, and we've got the Force India there of sitting it with the Winchester tucked in behind in the second. Mercedes a big stew in third, so it's a good start by the Mercedes, but he has got Billy right behind him now. I wonder if Winchester's going to look at making a move here at the start-finish straight. He's going to have a good toe. Still on board with these two. I don't know what car POS is actually with at the moment, but I'm just telling you how it's staying at the moment. Winchester tucked in behind Sid. No DRS, of course, yet until lap 3. What is Winchester going to do? He's going to have a little look there and the brake in.
Good grief.
The line there, come on the racing line. They're all go on lap 2. Listen, mate, I'm going to have to pull out because I've heard the voice. It is cracking. It's obviously because you've got a fairly weak connection on the stream, mate. It's just making my voice crackle, so I'm going to back out.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'll cover it.
I've heard it, it's terrible. So I'm not going to quit the race because I don't want to cause any lag issues. I can do that as somebody else does, but I'll just disable my audio.
Right, well, let's get back on commentary, guys. Forgive me that I've missed quite a bit out. Sint leads from Winchester. Tough Kev is already in the pits. I'm assuming something's happened there. Give me a second then. Right, what we've got here today then is... Alright, so Michelangelo, forgive me guys, I'm back now. Just got to give the baby her bottle. And the POS is back rolling. Now we have got Turtles in the Renault, but Michelangelo all over the back of him here. Let's have a quick check, guys. Forgive me, I will... Actually, when the stream gets uploaded, I'll watch the start because I missed it. So Michelangelo was very, very wide there on the outskirts of this here. He's gone for... Oh, he's going to go run down the inside of Turts, which means that we've got the Force India just behind him of Alzat. Alzat and Michelangelo both have had really scruffy races in the last few. Well, at least the last race. Good to see them fighting sort of in a normal way. Addict up in 8th position, by the way. That's also incredible positioning for Addict. Here we go, guys. Back now. Let's have a look here. Right, here we go. So Sid sets the fastest lap, but there's not really a big gap generated back to a lot of the other guys, so that's quite interesting to say. So here comes Michelangelo then on the run down towards turn 2. Will he be able to do anything? He's got DRS on Turts. How's that in the background there? No one's really making any inroads on anybody at the moment, it seems. But we've got 3 wide at present, and here we go. Paul 2K will nip back to 14th place at the inside of teammate Snoop. Barges in wide, but Snoop will have the inside line going into turn 3. Slash 4, long one. And Portuguese going on the outside of Snoop. Great move up into 13th position. If I do have to nip off anytime, guys, forgive me. Oh, Michelangelo runs wide just in front of Alzat. It'll be to help out with baby duties, so forgive me. Right. So here we go then. We are running here, guys. Lap 3 of 53. A long, long road ahead of us. Let's double check where we're up to now. So Sid leads, Winchester second. Big Stu 3rd, Winchester got the jump on Big Stu Belk, so Biddy up to 4th. Good start by Bid. Tough Kev, who started at the front. I'm not sure what's happened there with Kev. He's currently at the back, rather a long way down, hopefully. Oh, you're joking. Oh, that's blooming awful. Beer, by the way, guys, is still here. And Turts and Michelangelo side by side again. Beer, for some reason, as Kaninch... Oh, we got a yellow flag instead of 2 and 3. Kaninch is out. Kaninch out. Wheel off. Well, well, well. Oh my god, where's that gone? Sinker's fastest lap. What's happened there? Off stream, Kaninch has exploded. That is not good. By any stretch of the imagination. Sint leads, so Kaninch championship contender is nowhere. Goodness me. Hard. Oh, Cookie's pitted as well. Now those two were running quite close. Will there be a safety car is the question. Cookie comes in to change his wing. Tough Kev coming round. Go back on the battle between Turtles. Oh, how's that jumped Michelangelo at some point in that lap as well under the carnage. So here we go, we are running now.
I'm just doing a quick mic test again. Lanny, if you're watching the feed, can you just do a quick check-in with voice, mate, in the report on the Twitch feed? See if so, I can jump back in commentary. Cheers, pal.
Yep, he's just, I think, Lenny just said, tell him to restart mic and try again.
Yeah. That's about 2 minutes ago. Just waiting for an update if the voice is still crackly as buggery. Still the same. Right, I'm backing out.
It's stupid how, like, I can't even up the quality on the stream because otherwise it'll become too laggy. It's ridiculous how this is the case. Awful. Never had this problem before. Fucking stupid Xbox. Kadinch actually blew up there, facing backwards. That's a unique place to die, I guess. Oh, Owlsat runs a little bit wide. He's got Michelangelo Turtles. Must be thinking Christmas has fucking come earlier. Managed to escape this little battle. Addict's caught right back up, as has Notorious, as has Les Paul. Can't forget about him in the second Renault. Paul 2K in the Williams. Do you know what? I'll tell you what, even though Beer isn't here, it'll sound like I'm speaking to myself, but this is the one track you don't want a Williams round. In my honest opinion, you do not want that round here. But here we go then. Let's have a look here. Right, here we go. Here comes Michelangelo. He's having a run now at the Force India. There's one problem with that phrase. A Ferrari is not quicker than Force India in a straight line, so this is going to be a corner thing for Michelangelo, or maybe even a pit stop attack here. Addict started on the super softs, so he's in a prime position, as is Les Paul, with Notorious, last week's driver of the day. Got himself there and is, of course, into 9th position, just following around very, very shortly here. And we got the Renault of Les Paul, as we've said. Pikey dial-up connection. Hashtag 50 meg. 50 meg isn't enough in 2017. Upload of 20. Fuck off. Oh god. I live in Wales, so it gets like quartered, so that's probably why. Right, here we go then. So Notorious is, we're just following this battle, of course, intently at the moment. It's probably the biggest thing on track as we speak currently. Michelangelo with Owlsat. I'll tell you what, this has been quite a race in the last few. I'm happy they've actually given us time to fucking breathe here. So we've got Michelangelo following Owlsat. Michelangelo and Owlsat both have very, very tricky situations. Doctor, welcome back in, my man. Yes, it's been a long time, buddy. Bloody 6 months I've seen your ass, bloody Nora. Right, so here we go, fighting around now, Notorious. It seems very, very line astern. I'm not sure if people are looking at the bigger picture here. Not really making any rash moves or decisions. I've noticed that... Toto Wolff has also pitted. He's come in very, very early onto the Ultra Softs. And Cookie, of course, is pitted, as has Tough Kev. So it's just really as we are at the moment. Get on board with Michelangelo again. Coming down the DRS straight. Oh, in the background we got Les Paul with a real run on Notorious here. Oh, and a big lock-up by Michelangelo just in front. Les Paul has tapped the back of Notorious, and oh my god, that could have ended in poo. In the end, just a skid mark. Michelangelo is still on the back of Owlsat. This is now beginning to pick up. Oh, lucky Doctor. Next time you'll get there, man. Next time you'll get there. Hopefully next time I'll go and commentate in Abu Dhabi, but I don't think they'll let me in the country. No gingers allowed over there, apparently. So we've got still the battle for 6 rages on against 2 guys who are prone to mistakes. Yep, Kaninch, I can almost agree. Kaninch, if you do fancy it, mate, Beer's mic is out. If you fancy doing some commentary with myself, if you're still in the lobby, feel free. Party's open if you want to jump in. As we speak, Michelangelo is having his first proper run at Owlsat here, but he's on the outside, going around the right-hander. If he has to make the move stick, and he does. Michelangelo up to 6th place, but Owlsat will not give in here. He's gone for the switchback move, and he's back on the inside. Here we go, side by side. Owlsat, Michelangelo, and he gets the position back, but Owlsat runs wide. Michelangelo on the outside, still side by side. And Michelangelo with the superior exit. Michelangelo wins out on the position. Great driving by the lads. And then, of course, you've got to look back to Addict in the Sauber, who's, for some reason, still even up there. What a drive he's putting in here. Fighting up in 8th place on the harder compound. All you have to do is imagine if Addict was in a quick car around here, he'd be gone, wouldn't he, really? But here we go. So we've got Owlsat now on the run back now. This may be interesting because we're going the other way. Owlsat is in a quicker car in a straight line than Michelangelo. And news for you guys as well, Michelangelo actually runs in cockpit cam, so amazing how he managed to pull that move off, especially with no contact. Fantastic driver awareness by himself there. Now what we need is Michelangelo. Right, okay, I think I'm going to bring Kunich. Yeah, I was about to say, same me doing it. Apparently it doesn't shut the stream down when you press middle button anymore. That's pretty cool. Fixed that fucking annoying fault when my stream got bitten off halfway through. I think this may be my first ever interview. Oh, and how's that nearly binned it in the wall? Oh god, that would have just been not pretty. Whenever you're ready to enable your audio, Kinich, third in the championship, well, you were. Tell us what happened.
No, I had DRS on Cookie, on the DRS straight, obviously. Was on his right hand side, and my car decided to veer left into him and hit the wall, and that's what I raced over.
Actually, I actually missed it. One of the first incidents I've actually missed. It was a really sloppy start by myself, you know, with baby and all. But we are back rolling, so we have invited Kinich in. As Beer's Mike is currently playing Tin Man at the moment, which is a bit of a fucking pain in the arse, but hopefully we can get that sorted. It's took me 289 videos to realise I have a bikey connection. Apparently saying his mic's the same as Beer's, apparently. Apparently, yeah.
Am I breaking that? Oh, that's weird.
Back to the live action here, we'll do our best. We've got Les Paul just behind Notorious here. Les Paul's caught back up with Notorious after the incident's happened. It's weird because there's not been any mic... I've never had a mic problem with a co-commentator before this. This has been ridiculous.
Les Paul, huh? No.
So let's run through now. We are running for the race order. Sint from Winchester, Big Stew, we have not actually shown either of them three pretty much in the whole race. Biddy in 4th, having a quiet race with Turtles 5th. Michelangelo overtaking Owlsat for 6th. Addict running quietly in 8th. Notorious, Les Paul who are on board with in 10th. Paul 2K, Snoop, Wise Dog, Tough Kev, Cookie, and Toto Wolf. So in terms of championship, Addict is looking pretty sweet as we speak. They've just said stick with it. We've got a new follower, so Panda Man. You are da man. Thank you very much for following my man. It's part of the Sexy Bastard crew. Thank you so much. What an amazing pun. That's why I'm on TV. Right. No. I'm not really swearing too much. So I've got to try and find my entertainment elsewhere. You know what I mean? We'll stick with it. We'll grind it. We may even have a 3-man commentary booth if you guys want to listen to, you know, piping streams. But anyway, we'll work out that problem for the next time out, of course. Les Paul is
how's that making a move on Michelangelo?
Get on there. How's that? He looks like he's going for this one this time, finally. Is he going to make the move? Oh, he's actually overtook him.
And then behind you got Les Paul on Mike. He's made it. No,
oh my
he's
God, Les Paul's driven off somewhere towards the back side of the cupboard of Narnia. So we've got that there. Here's Kaninchu, retired doctor. He's currently in party doing a dual com with Michelangelo. I just seen him lock up there. A bit further up the road.
You got Alex 6 behind, waiting to pounce.
He just seems like he's playing the weight of the game, isn't he?
Well, he's on the super soft, isn't he? So
no point whatsoever. Absolutely no point whatsoever. Making very, very rash moves for those super soft runners. I think Les Paul again. Les Paul all of a sudden has fell 2 seconds behind. I'm assuming that's because of the run wide a minute ago. And
yeah, I mean Alex only.
I was going to just simply say, Turtles is catching Biddy at quite a quick rate here, but you're going to say about Addict, bro, sorry.
Addict, he's less than 18 seconds behind the leader, so, and he's on the super soft tyres, and everyone above him is on the oak softs. So he's in for a good position here, because he'll be on a faster tyre at the end of the race.
If he could just kind of hang with it.
We almost stacked it there.
Yeah, that would have been commentator's curse. We're bringing a member of the RRL guys.
I need to curse it as much as possible.
Curse his championship rival. Only Wise Dog, of course, who is, if Wise Dog crashes out, he's going to be stuck there. Right. Oh, sector 1! Michelangelo!
Michelangelo, he stacked it! Oh no.
That's just, oh my
Jay.
good grief. As Jay is
he can't
out.
get to break that kid, can he?
No one. Well, he did finish. Oh no, he didn't.
No, he retired in Mexico last week as
Oh
well.
my god, he's in a Sauber. Holy moly. Oh my God. A Sauber around Brazil. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, Tertz is only half second behind Billy at the moment.
Tertz, but this is looking
He's
like
in
going
the
to be the
DRS
next big
straight.
battle. We also have Les Paul and Notorious. Tertz with DRS on Biddy.
Here we go, he's closing.
He's going to have to go for this here. No, he's not. He's backed out of it. He thought better of it.
He's waiting. Oh,
No corner cuts were heard during the making of this movie.
the problem
We all
is,
thought
Russia's
it.
one of those tracks where it's so easy to corner cut. You think you're taking your normal line, but you can bang, I've cut the corner.
I'm going to go on board as Doctor's putting out the battle for P2. Big Stu. Big Stu has actually caught Winchester by quite a bit. Good spot there, Doctor, as well. Thank you very much, Emma, man. Good having these active
Online.
streams.
Here we go. I'm on with Tertz.
We have to go back to Tertz here.
DRS about
Closest
to be
battle on
over.
track.
I think he's too far back to make a move this lap. Both front row engines.
You may think
Here's a
that.
look.
Oh, goodness me. He thought about it. He really thought about it.
He did, I
We're
think he
gonna
just
go-
trying to put video off.
Les Paul and Notorious.
As much as-
They look like they've both just come out of the
As
pits.
much as we all. Yeah. He came out of the pits.
No, but Notorious and Les Paul are both driving down the pit exit. Trying to make a move on each other. Oh, here we go. Les Paul is really on one on the back of Notorious now. And amazingly, Toto Wolff has only just overtaken Michelangelo. It's not been. I didn't see what happened to Toe. Obviously, we'll have a look back at the feed later.
I believe Toe bumped into the back of Snoop a couple of times and lost in. It was like yellow wing, orange wing, red wing. So
Almost like a progressive colour through the rainbow, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? Going from green to yellow to orange to red. And we are actually going to follow.
here we go.
on board.
Tertz again. He's only half a second behind now. He's got
I
the
will
DRS open.
follow this. We're going to be flicking back and forth between one of three battles here. As the battle for second.
The slides are going to go.
Big Stu has made a move.
Right.
Big Stu's made a move. Tertz is going to go for it.
Good
Good defending there by Biddy, as you said.
defending Billy. As much as we
Big
all
Stu
love our
actually
Lord
made a
and
move.
Saviour
And
Billy.
Les Paul has jumped Notorious, but Les Paul runs very wide, nearly, well, basically eats the wall. I mean, wall sandwich there.
Second time he's done that,
Position
hasn't he?
I tell you what, it's a bit more of a dangerous place to do it this time.
Oh, Big Stu's only 0.7 behind Winnie now.
He actually did get in front of him. I think it was a
Main
really
straight.
audacious move. We've got. This is good. I think this is where the race is about to pick up. Les Paul, Notorious pits. Notorious pits. So that's very early. It's got to be
Wing
twoing it.
damage, he would never put that early.
Or twoing it, maybe. Wing damage.
Not around Russia.
Wing damage.
Yeah.
Which has released Les Paul. Now, if I was Notorious, would you just stick on the softs and go to the end? He's actually
I
going
mean,
for
you
the
could go
super
some
softs.
softs, yes, but it's just a question of you're only on lap 12. You could probably run the ultra softs another 25 laps and then do softs, or super softs even. But softs would get to the end, but it's just the speed.
And by the fact that Kaninch is in the stream, he will get tagged in this video description. Hey, Merry Christmas. You have a Twitch thing. We tagged Penguin last week, we'll tag you in this one. So, check him out, of course, if you need to. Drop follows all around. Big Stu is currently in third position, chasing down Winchester. There's someone who's been very, very quiet here, and he'll have a go at me if I don't show him. So there's Sint, he's leading. Right, that's him done.
You heard that,
Biddy.
Sin? Too far ahead. Slow down your marketing coverage.
Do you know, I actually called him. It was either him or Winchester I called to win the race. And Beer,
Yeah, I
who's
said
of
it
course
would
still
be-
here, actually said addict. And
Really?
I didn't scoff at him, but I questioned his thoughts about
Oh,
it.
when he's
And
pitted!
when he's what? No,
When he's pitted!
is it wing damage? No, it's not. This is a routine pit stop.
That's very surprising.
The most surprising thing is he's going to come out right in the clusterfuck. And that's a question. Is that questionable? I don't know. Actually, no. Will he come out in the clusterfuck?
It'll get straight out of the dirty air anyway. See, that's
Releasing
his full
Stu.
track now.
Winnie's going to come out with Snoop here by the looks of it.
You've got Stu in second, Billy third. Both drivers who really need the points for the car at the table. Both drivers have been extremely unlucky with dodgy controls and just generally
Dodgy
snapping it.
disqualifications
So,
last
you know.
week.
Yes. Yes.
We do remember. We
That
do
was-
remember.
Yeah, hashtag never forget.
And Turtles is still with Biddy. It's ironic how you mention inconsistency. Well, the guy following Biddy here for 4th place Turtles has been the model of consistency. Speaking of that, he plowed it in the wall. Other than last week, where he exploded,
Very
of course,
true.
if you remember. But
Yeah, well, Turts, he was leading the championship after round 3 or 4. Yeah.
well, I believe he was in the McLaren when we first started doing these broadcasts. But this is his first proper run on Biddy. Is he going to go for a real
Yes.
run? No, not quite.
I think.
Turtles there. Oh, he's gone for a stab.
That's a bit audacious there, Turts.
Gutsy little cheeky monkey. How dare you?
When
Sure, Biddy
he's
appreciates it.
less the second
Yeah.
behind Les Paul.
I can see when he. I love how whenever I bring someone else in, they never get Les Paul. Even you've been racing with him for fucking years. Like, you know what I mean?
Again.
Oh no, Winchester. We don't need that. Paul 2K runs very wide here. Bear in mind, Winchester, I think, may have struck gold with this potentially. And Big Stew's pitted, as has Turtles. Is there something we don't
Wow.
know here?
Unless the top runners have got really bad tyre wear, because obviously they're in the top 10, I don't know. But my prediction, Addict up into the 4th now. Addict will be one stopping. He's done fresh super socks.
May I point
Addict
out
will
that
go to lap
Winchester
30.
has left Big Stew behind.
Yeah.
And he's about to overtake Paul
He's
2K as well.
undercut him, isn't he? He's undercut him.
Clear as day, up into 6th position now for Winchester. Even though the RRL guys, folks, run on regular corner cutting, you know, on all, of course, all the races, I believe, can inch, isn't it? If you look at it from that particular perspective, Russia almost is irrelevant. You will get penalties everywhere. No matter what rating
you
of
run
corner
wide
cut
here,
you
you
get.
get penalties. It's so harsh around here.
Notorious, who was running,
And
just
you
caught
know,
Cookie. Michelangelo's left. That's once again, you considering the luck he's having, and he's probably just come to the conclusion that he's going to be in a Sauber next week. I would probably leave the planet if I was him.
Selby McLaren, yeah.
Notorious is getting a real run on Cookie here. Battle for 13th.
So I'm gonna make a bold prediction, right? And say Addict's gonna get on the podium.
Well, you say it's a bold prediction, but two of the 3 guys in front of him, Biddy and Alzat, says, "Oh, Notorious, I've actually had to interrupt myself." I love it when that happens. Notorious and Cookie are absolutely scrapping like fuck back here. But yeah, Alzat's had bad races in the last, obviously the races that I've covered as, you know, pos. But
Yeah.
Biddy hasn't really done much better.
Oh,
And Sin
let's
pits.
call Addict. He's very
Sin's
close.
pitted. Sim pits from the lead.
Les
Even
Paul.
the race leader pits. And Addict and Les Paul.
Wow.
Addict kept Les Paul
15
behind him.
laps in.
This is going to be close
Here
between
we go.
Sin
Les
and Addict.
Paul. Addict goes to the right. Comes back over to the racing line.
The 2 guys who were starting on the harder compound, aka Les Paul and Addict, or Addict and Les Paul, you can put it that way, are
Hang on,
now.
I think the game's crashed. I think it's because Betty's in the lead.
Just give me 1 second. Just gonna. I love how everyone's saying Kai's met. Cheers for that, Kai, as well on Facebook. Kaninch's mic is a bit crackly, man. Mate, you could put fucking. It's a mic tool. He's doing it deliberately. He doesn't really sound like that, you know what I mean? It's you know, shit stream. Not a good effort for myself here today. I'll see if I can. I'm going to up the quality.
Oh,
to
we've got
HD
3 about
to
now. We Les
through
Paul and
about-
Addict.
Cheers for
3
that, though,
cars
Kai.
now. Oh, Wynn's got to be careful there. He can't rush this.
No, if I was winning, I'd just let the 2 in front have this scrap. But bear in mind, we've been racing Kinich with Winchester pre-RRL, and we know about Winnie's driving style.
Yeah.
It's
He's crap, and he.
well, there, you said that, you know. He never won a title, but sure he's not rubbing it in though.
He's a very good racer.
Excellent driving style, but I would use the word aggressive. You know, he drives with his heart, should we say? Probably the nicest way to put it. And yeah, go on Winchester. Biddy pits, by the way. These ultra soft tyres are shit. I think Winchester may have hit the nail on the head here. And Big Stew just behind with the fastest lap, 1 minute 40.1. Don't forget about Big Stew in this list here. And we've now got a 3-way battle, potentially soon to be a 4-way dance. Here we go. Snoop, all of a sudden, 6th place.
Wow.
Great drive by Snooper. Cookie has come
I'm surprised when he didn't overtake. Oh, here you go, when he ran the outside.
Well, Les Paul has got the inside line though. Reminds. Oh, he's gone for the outside. He's gone for a switch. He's gonna go for a switch. He's going for it. Les Paul just about covers up the apex, but that Mercedes has superior power. All depends on the setup and the bravery here. Not quite enough.
Mike's on the. Oh!
We're looking at Notorious.
Mike almost ran into the back of Paul 2K there.
Flicking up and down the order like a madman. Unless Paul is battling Addict. Oh, it's the cork in the bottle.
It is. We know how much of a good race Addict is. We'll see how good his defending is now.
I think, to be honest with you, Doctor, just kind of going on with this, I think it's just a fault with the stream tonight, mate, in honesty. The conditions down mine are fine. Twitch has been working fine all week.
Oh, running outside, there's Paul.
Les Paul's going on the outside. Trailer Park Girl in it. But now he's gone to the inside. This may be the time to get the move done. Addict comes across the inside, protecting his line very nicely.
Okay.
Big Stu.
I can sense when he's frustrated. Oh, here we go, Stu. Now we've got a 4-car battle going on.
4-way dance, baby. And Turt's in the background with Snoop as well. We can't forget that. There's about 5 battles. There's a 3-way battle between How's that? A tough Kevin Weisdock down the order. Notorious here, but we can't take our eyes off the battle for 2nd place. Here we go then. So Winchester and Big Stu is absolutely fucking flying, it must be said.
Oh, there goes Winnie on Les Paul.
Winnie's got Les Paul. Winnie's got him.
Is he going to make it stick? He does.
Nice move.
And he keeps it in the lines.
Up into 3rd position for Winchester. Great move. Now, we'll go back to Big Stu, because this battle is not over by any stretch of the imagination here. Coming around now. How's that has overtaken Wise Dog. Comfortable move. Up into 9th position. Will he overshoot? He doesn't. Great overtake there by How's that on Wise Dog. Winchester now all over the back of Addict. If I was Addict, I'd just let him go. Let him go, my man. So let's go here. Just like 3 or 4 car battles up and down the order. Snoop has been overtaken by Turtles in the Mayhem, by the way.
Winnie really needs to get past. If Winnie doesn't get past, the Addict will be going until about lap 30, lap 31 on these tyres. So Winnie really needs to make this count.
It's going to damage him, isn't it, if he just doesn't do it? Even make an audacious move if you have to, really. Biddy is on Snoop now. We'll go back here. Battle for 7th. Oh, 2 very close. Biddy, look at the aggression by Biddy. Come on, Biddy. Ferrari on Sauber. Sint in the lead, doing what he needs to do. Big Stu's got Les Paul. Up in a 4th.
Here we go, Winnie's on lock close now, this should be it.
Well, I think we need to rephrase, this has to be it really, doesn't it? So we are running now on to lap 18, the beginning of lap 18.
There you go, Anik tries to get out the slipstream. Winnie touches him for the
stump. Winnie's got him.
This is it, he's got him.
Or has he? Great move by Winchester. Now we've got to look behind him straight away. Big Stu is on the attack and on the offensive too. He's never going to try this. You can technically make it work, but you're going to have a hat. No, he's back. He's tucked him behind. He's gone for it.
He's going for the late one.
What a move! Well, if we're doing move of the race, I'll give that one it so far.
That was definitely bold. I can just hear Alec going, "Fucking hell, Stu, that's a bit close."
Fucking hell, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, the day when people would do podium interviews on this. Oh dear.
Oh, Alex got it! Oh, he's in the wall!
Oh, what have I done? Have I pressed the wrong button?
Wing.
Damn it!
Alex got wing damage.
I was watching
That's got
Biddy.
red damage. Oh no!
It's red. You can just tell.
Alex, that's podium gone.
That's almost top 10
When he
on the way it
pits.
looks, isn't it?
Well, if he pits, he'll gun soft to go to the end.
Well, I guess that might work. Well, it will work. It'll get you to the end. Won't it? Yeah, he needs to pit here.
Oh, look. Yeah.
And there's a bit
He's
of a battle here
losing
between
so
the two
much time.
Mercedes. Paul 2K's just got... Oh, pardon me. Paul 2K's just got Wise Dog. Notorious going round as well.
I'll sit back and
Alex
see what
is
time
coming in
he's
the pit.
putting
Tails. Notorious has got Wise Dog as well. Wise Dog just, as we said, 2 DNF.
Stu's half
Just want to
second
get
behind
through.
Winnie. Let's see what Addict puts on, shall we?
It's going to have to be the soft, surely. Or 2 ultra soft stints, but of course it's not going to happen at the moment, is it?
The purples are going on. The purples
He's doing
are going
double
on.
ultras.
Yeah.
Well, even though he is in the Sauber, you know, he will be, in effect, the quickest car on the track. Almost.
Yeah. Fast stint, yeah.
I was about to say, Sint just seems in a world of his own at the moment. He is steadily climbing up the RRL ladder at the moment, of course, in terms of the championship position. But we are watching the closest battle on track at the
He
moment.
missed
That's
a
between the
race,
Mercedes.
didn't he, while he was abroad, so...
Yeah, I know, I remember Sint, he was stunned as I opened my bottle of Pepsi for the night. I know that Sint was stunned, wasn't he? That,
Ooh!
What's happened?
Toad just created a different route through turn 1 there.
You shit me up that much and I knocked a 2-litre bottle of Pepsi all over the floor. I locked it all over myself instead, so it's probably the best scenario.
Here we got. So we got Stu half second behind Winnie. Too much about that out. They're level on points as well.
Very interesting. So at least one of them, with this result, the way it's looking, will well both of them and Sint will all be rocketing up the table here. I know Stu is quite a way down in term. Well, they both are, aren't they? Really?
Winnie, is he pitting?
He's letting through.
He's letting Stu go. Yeah.
Different tyres. That there is one of the cleverest decisions I've seen. That is awesome.
I think seeing that,
Biddy, 3 seconds. Oh, look at that! He comes up at the bottom.
Biddy.
How good is that? I've never seen
Biddy
that.
with the corner going. No.
Well, that's just named and shamed the poor guy.
So
That's a bit fucking shit, isn't it?
Yeah. That tells me Winnie could be trying to stretch the one stop here. Long way to go. But letting Stu go.
But that's about 1.5% tyre wear per lap. That's inhuman on this game.
That's true. But he did it around Mexico. He pitted very early on the super softs, didn't he? And he went a long time. He went 26 laps. I didn't think he could do it. I mean, he did it. I mean, he got overtaken by himself and Kev, controversially. But yeah.
Well, we're going to go back there again, are we? That's someone we haven't really looked at much, Kev, in this race. Of course, in the Ferrari is Kev. He's steadily making his way up the order. He escaped the curse of the Sauber, as did Winnie last week in the McLaren, of course. So, you know, a lot of the guys, only Wise Dog is under punishment, shall we say, for double DNFing.
Yeah.
Kev is looking on minus... He's under fuel, but, you know, with Russia, it's so easy to kind of change that. Ivy Live, welcome to the stream, buddy.
The fuel, they only gave us plus 0.7 laps of fuel at the start of the race. So, yeah.
Just got to manage it the way that
There'll
you
be a lot of drivers
need to,
on
really.
edge. Yeah.
Just watching Notorious at the moment, as Winchester apparently is 1 minute 36.4 down on the car in front of him. That makes complete fucking sense. Paul 2K and Notorious in a little scrap here. Do you know what's saying? That Russia's not really the easiest track to overtake.
It's not. It's just a lot of fast bends. You've got that big DRS straight, but you know, you saw with the Mercedes and the Renaults on the Sauber, it's not easy.
No, especially with, well, mind you, you've got Addict on an absolute tear as well, haven't you? And he's going to be coming through the field very quickly, by the way, now.
Got Mike and Paul 2K a half second behind.
And they are catching Kev still. What's happening with Kev? Why's Kev gone really slow all of a sudden?
Kev has been on those tyres since lap 1 or 2, hasn't he? So they're probably starting to not feel perfect.
Let's see, the guys who haven't pitted, that's a good point. No, oh yeah, Kev of course pitted early, didn't he? So Les Paul hasn't pitted, Snoop hasn't pitted. Snoop's having a really, really good race here so far. And Wise Dog also hasn't pitted.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, you know, pardon me for trying to be fucking Inspector fucking Clouseau here, you know what I mean? But I'm expecting the majority of these guys are on one stop. I love how people are joining the stream saying commentators breaking up bad. Guys, we know it is a stream fault. Like, I can only do what we can do. Forgive me here. But like I said, as long as you can hear my voice, yeah. Momith, welcome in. Don't worry about it, my man. It'll be all good. Watch this now, but get it onto YouTube and you sound absolutely fucking fine. Just the typical fucking way. Turtles with the 3 second penalty.
Turtles.
Come up at the bottom. So that's Biddy and Turtles with the 3 seconds at the moment. And oh! Biddy in the background, that was weird. He can't just jump about fucking 4 feet in the air. Cookie has... Oh, now this is interesting. Cookie has overtaken Wise Dog. And Paul 2K and Tough Kev battling here. Paul 2K's done Kev. Apparently Kev's tyres are changing colour again. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So, and Notorious has got Kev as well.
Mike's got Tough Kev into the final corner. Kev's lost 2 places.
Goodness me, Kev not having a very good race at all here.
His tyres must be really ailing him now.
Addict on Wise Dog, but Wise Dog finally pits, which means we've only got 3 people who haven't pitted yet. Amazingly, one of them's Les Paul, but he has Tits bearing down on him. And I can hear myself, that's really,
Kevin
really
at the first
annoying.
corner again.
Let's have a little run through. He's having
Kevin got
issues
any wing
here.
damage? Hasn't got any wing damage.
Oh, Biddy, where's Biddy going? Oh my goodness me. Just flicked onto Tits really quick, because him and Les Paul seem to be getting quite close, Tits and Les Paul. And this Biddy just driving sort of digitally towards the wall.
Alex on Cookie, the lead of the championship.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is significant for the lead of the championship, isn't it? And with Toto in the Toro Rosso, just behind him with no Thomas Halo, this is going to be significant. And Addict and Cookie, this is one that we've been waiting to see for a while here at least, especially while they're in the same level of car. So let's have a double check now, we'll watch this intently. Addict, a former RRL champion, of course.
I
think it's the reigning one, isn't he? Aye.
Series. Yeah.
Probably someone else won it before that, but I don't know who that was. Big Stu comes across the line. This goes to show that Big Winchester's choice. And here we go, interrupting myself here. Addict is on the inside of Cookie. We can't see if he's got the move done. He has. Good move there by Addict. That's a key move in this race. Big move. Notorious on the back. Where's Tough Kev? He's falling quite far back. Les Paul and Turts having a battle here. I think that was more of a Turts ambitious move as opposed to Les Paul getting overtaken there, really. Turts did come from a little way back.
How's that half second behind Snoop? But I think Kev just needs a new set of boots. They'll
Just needs to get a new set of tyres. Big style. Big style. But then, what do? Would you put the softs on for 30 laps? There's almost no point. And remember, he's going to have to go on to at least... Well, he's going to have to go on to another tyre, either the Ultras or the softs. So it's going to literally be one of them cases where he's going to have to literally flip a coin and take a gamble here.
Yeah.
He's watching Alzat on board.
Alzat.
Chasing down Snoop.
Alzat, another guy who needs a good race finish. Turts half second behind Les Paul. 2 Renaults still battling it out, and Biddy's caught up to him now.
Alzat side by side with Snoop, and Alzat has made the move on Snooper. Alzat up to 7th place. We'll skip it up to Turts then, see if he can do anything about Les Paul. Well, he's going to have to, because he's got Biddy closing on him now on the quicker tyre. So this is going to be a key point in this Grand Prix for all 3 of these guys. Bear in mind, 3 races ago, Les Paul was running with a Mercedes car. So Les Paul with 3 great results.
I think Turts is close. I think Turts is going to get him.
He's going to have to make a move. Sector 3, yellow flag.
Sector 3, yellow flag.
And it's a spinning Tough Kev.
Is it Kev?
Kev spun.
Stacked it. Or spun it, I should say.
We're going to go to Turts again. All over the back now. It's a three-way dance now for the 4th position.
How did Turts not get him on that straight?
Les Paul superior. And look at Turts, what a move!
Oh, he's gone wide.
Les Paul went wide, Turts goes through, up into 4th position. Now he needs to take off. With Les Paul, especially as Les Paul hasn't pitted and he's going to have to go another 10 laps on these tyres, or well, I'd probably say another 6 or 7 minimum, to make the one-stop work effectively.
Kev's pitting.
Oh, poor Kev, he's just really struggling at the moment.
He's gone on the super softs again. So 29 laps on these super softs. It's doable. He is now running in last.
Yeah, I was about to say, he does have that luxury. And he will be catching Wise Dog, of course, later in the race. Oh, Biddy, here we go. Biddy is catching now all over the back. I say catching, he's still all over the back of Les Paul. So this is the running that we have at the moment. Sint is 12 seconds up the road. It's Big Stew and Winchester with Turts in 4th. The battle for 5th is still yet to... Well, the battle for 4th is still yet to be decided, of course. Will Biddy be able to do anything about Les Paul? Whoa, he's in the back of his car!
He lost a bit of
That was damage. That was damage. It looks like an orange wing, potentially. Potential, anyway. Let's have a look, see how he handles the quick corner. Seems okay.
Les Paul's got the DRS still,
and
so
Notorious all of a sudden are together. We're going to go back to this battle really quickly. The Williams seem to kind of meet up every so often here. It's kind of weird. As that seems to have taken off from this group. As we are pretty much running... I tell you guys, this has been, well, luckily, a calm race. Oh, speaking of calm, all of a sudden, let's just jump down the inside. Snooper falling down. He's not pitted, of course. Snooper having a good solid drive, not actually pitting. Wow, Notorious! Bloody no! If he pulls this off. Oh, he's tapped the back of him. Inches away from making a switchback work. Snoop just about holds on to 9th position at the moment. Oh, no! Oh, he spun! Oh, he's out! Notorious is out! Notorious is out!
Oh, I saw that from Mike's POV as well.
Oh, I was watching it from Snoopers. Oh dear!
Yeah, it just looked like Snoop braked too much and Mike wasn't ready for it, and
Bang,
yeah,
boom.
back and
See you later, kid. 3 retirements, 14 runners left. Helpful for the guys at Toe, Wise Dog and Tough Kev way down the order. They're going to pick up some nice, much needed points, of course, at the moment. Notorious is crashed again. That one, I wouldn't say is his fault. Unaware of the early break-in by Snooper, tapped the back of his car, but couldn't really correct the spin, and the wheel just kind of went, fuck you, see you later. So now we have 14 runners here, guys.
Billy's kind of fallen back a bit from this ball at the moment.
We weren't watching, he may have made a little bit of a mistake, but it seems that Biddy is around about just between the half to a second mark every lap at the moment. Just needs to make sure that he doesn't make too many mistakes. Remember, he is on the quicker tyre. Les Paul is going to be a danger threat at the end of this race, by the way. Weirdly,
Les Paul's made a mistake now, and Billy's all up on him.
Speaking of the devil. Will Biddy be able to do anything about Les Paul, though? Because Les Paul, while he's on the right part of the track, I know how troublesome this Renault can be, by the way. As we see Biddy's temporary teammate this weekend, Notorious, his wheel, graciously sitting on the side of the road.
Oh, here we go. Ooh, Biddy fought against that one. It's going to give Les Paul a compromised line, and now Biddy should get him. The DRS open.
He has got him.
He's gone around
Here
the right
we go.
side. Just don't do what I did, Biddy, and stack it. No, he's got him.
He's got him clean. Biddy into 5th place. Will he be able to hold it?
Oh!
I was going to say bread and butter, but the bread and butter nearly got dropped on butter side then, didn't it? So Biddy is Biddy into 5th position. We are now officially, ladies and gentlemen, at half distance. We are halfway through the Russian Grand Prix. Sector 3, yellow flag.
Oh, Sector 3.
How's that spinning like a top? This almost seems like a common recurring theme at the moment, doesn't it, with Alzat?
It's a shame because Alzat he's got a good pace. He's a good driver, but he just seems to make these silly mistakes that just put him down the order.
And he pits. Oh my god! Holy moly! Well, he tries to pit anyway, I think. So yeah, he's actually got into the pits
he's
now,
hit the
so
wall.
that's good.
He's level red wing, so that'll be 2 slots to the end for him then.
He's starting on ultras, I believe. And what happened there was I think someone left the session, didn't they? Here.
That's Mike, yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, it's just popped up on the screen now on the feed. So we're going to go back to Les Paul here. He's not off the back of Biddy yet. But obviously, in terms of championship, guys, like I said, my iPad's about to die, so the tables are about to go kaput in my eyes. But I will simply say that Addict is currently leading the championship, just about from Cookie. I'm going to pull these tables up now, actually. Give me 1 second. As we have a little bit of a break in the action. I may take my half-time break to go for a cigarette, as long as no one actually fucking explodes. So I'll leave you with Kinninch's Tin Man effect on my stream.
Thanks.
Nah, man, we'll have an investigation, guys, afterwards. I do apologise to any of the viewers here. You guys have been watching me for years. It's for some reason Twitch has decided to play fucking cunt chops to me at the moment tonight, so not really much we can do about it at present.
Maybe start your party again. Keep streaming, but start your party again, maybe.
You reckon that'll be the way?
Just in case it's the party.
Should we try and do that then? Right, okay. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'll leave your party, and then you leave the party, and then start your own party.
Go for it.
Give me 2 seconds.
Guys, we're going to try and fix this fucking mess at the moment. See what the fuck we got to do here. Right, we'll try and do that again. Right, we will leave party now. I'll start a party. Hopefully you guys can all still hear me. Let me know if you can. Addict, by the way, is catching Snooper. We'll go back to cover that now really quickly. I'll just bring Kninch back into the fold, guys. Forgive me. Hopefully this works. Maybe it's just a fucking dodgy party connection. We're going to keep on board with Addict. This is a really, really key point in this race here. So Addict is on the back of Snooper. If it's still... Oh, Addict! Jesus Christ!
Go on, Addict.
Get yourself back included. He's done him. Great move there by Addict. Taking advantage almost of Snoop's tentative braking, almost in a way, wasn't it?
Yeah, say Les Paul was still keeping up with Billy. He's not letting him go, is he?
The thing is as well, Les Paul's tyres are now 29 laps old. By the way, guys, whoever's watching, just let us know, is the commentary any better? We've got a fresh party going here. If it's not, we'll do some investigation after the race, and obviously I'll be doing potentially my Abu Dhabi stream straight after this, so obviously I may bring in Rara or something, you know, at the end of it, just to double check that the audio's synced. Right, okay, so running order, we have Sint in first, Big Stew and Winchester in the Mercedes 2 and 3, Renault of Turts in 4, Red Bull of Biddy in 5, Les Paul, currently our stream guy here in 6th, Paul 2K in the Williams 7th, Salbert of Addict in 8th, Williams of Snoop in 9th, McLaren of Cookie in... Bloody hell, that is really distracting. Cookie in the McLaren 10th. Fuck, I sound like a retard.
The nearest battle on track now.
How's that?
Is Alzat and Toto. It's the Wolf.
So he's come back out. Yeah, it's better now. Panda Man, apparently Stephen. Bloody hell, that's a name I haven't heard for a while. Stephen, how you doing, my man?
There we go. You must have had a dodgy party.
Fucking shitstorm of a party. Cunt, fucking Xbox slagging pricking bellend.
And now you get my dull voice in fullness rather than just bits.
Mate, these guys have been putting up with me for 5 years, trust me. Apparently my YouTube's been going for 5 years. My first video was this year.
Here we go, Alzat. He's going to do it.
Yeah, but look who he's facing.
Look
who he's facing with. Look who he's racing with. Toto Wolff. He's not going to be able to... But Toe, the only problem is he can't contend. We know how good Toe is at defending. Ironically, Tafka who was in party with us, of course. And may I just point out, guys, we've had the biggest ever gain in a straight. Tough Kev lost 1,000th of a second on Wise Dog at some point during that straight. Just thought I'd put that to your mind.
Wow.
Yeah, man. R.I.P.
So, I mean, we saw how much faster Stu was than Winnie, but he's only gained 7 seconds. It feels like a long time ago he passed him, so... Obviously, Stu's in the suit on the Ultra Softs, and he pitted on what lap? 13, 14? So, you know...
13 it was, just after winning on 12, wasn't it, I think?
So yeah, his tyres will be feeling it now, Stu, and he'll be thinking about going on to the Super Softs very soon, I reckon.
Kev's still got himself a reputation on the last stream as being a hot head, you'd almost assume, wouldn't you? I don't want to kind of offend him, but especially with that move on Winchester on the last lap, not really the best. You know, not really the best move there in the last corner. I mean,
Kev acknowledged it, and he did kind of slow down to try and let him through, but I think when he was
out,
enough.
he pulled off, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Kev, oh my God, Kev's gone, Kev's gone, get out, see you later, mate.
Oh, Kev!
I watched it live on stream. Check the stream out, you'll see it, Kninch.
No.
Don't break it. I'm sorry, that looked violent on the stream. Ooh, Jesus. Well, that was our last battle. Toto Pits. Wow, Kev. We were praising you, man. And then you drive into the wall at 150 miles an hour. Oh my God.
Dear me.
We'll go back on board with Les Paul. A permanent yellow flag. Sector 3, Sim gets the fastest lap.
That's where Kev crashed, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
it'll be yellow flag until his car disappears.
Are you guys running safety car this week, by the way?
Yeah, it's on. It's on. Yeah.
You brave people. You brave people after last week.
The patch that came out yesterday or the day before was the one that's supposed to fix it, but obviously doesn't look like it, does it?
May I turn around and say, I will actually, no, I will say, because of the guys, obviously, as we watch Wise Dog and Cookie have a little bit of a battle here for 11th place. I did my career mode in Mexico. If you guys want to check it out, please do. No plug, genuine, you need to watch it. I think it was Mexico or America, one of the two. I had a drive-through penalty, and basically it was because we fell too far down behind the safety car. Now I'm going to go back and investigate. And I'm not sure if it was during patch 109 or patch 110. I will double check that, by the way, for you. Because, you know, if it's patch 110, then they go fucked up now, basically. But just to point out as well, Kinich, looking back at this, glad now the guys can hear you fine. Anyone else who wants to make a comment on that, just let us know. It sounds like you're speaking fine on there anyway. But,
yeah.
Fucking hiccups. But Les Paul and Snoop are the only guys new who haven't actually pitted. Wise Dog has chosen the moment to pit.
Les Paul will likely be pitting imminently.
I would say in a lap, you'd assume, wouldn't you? A lap, 2 laps. We're going to get on board with Les Paul.
I'd say before lap 35 anyway.
Well,
he's probably seen that the front runners have gone 13, 15 laps, so he's probably thinking that he'll need to go to lap 36, 37.
However, as well, as we know, Kinich has been kind of long-time connoisseurs of this sort of racing game, haven't we? Almost 5-6 years of racing with you personally. But weird me doing this commentary with you, by the way. Just want to point that out. But so in the last 2 months, I've had commentators with King Chris and now yourself, and Beer, of course. Well, fucking nostalgia.
Yeah.
Aye, but Biddy, 3-second time penalty, second one. And by the way, I'm going to point out, I was on board with Biddy then. That wasn't a corner cut penalty. That wasn't a corner cut by Bid then, I'm sorry.
Oh,
we'll move on.
Oh, Biddy's
pitting in. I wouldn't really say that Biddy's was a corner cut there. Stephen did point out on the comments that Big Stu does like this track. You can tell, but now what you can also tell is the fact that Big Stu's tyres are going off. Seemingly very quick, because Winchester is hauling in at a rate of knots.
It was about 7 seconds. When I started talking about it, the gap was about 7 seconds, so he's lost a good 3 seconds now.
Literally in the space of a lap and a half almost, isn't it? Unless there was a mistake made. I want to point out as well, though, Kinich, as Snoop pits, he's the first of 2 who haven't pitted. Snooper is taking the chance here. I will point out, though, Snoop will come out ahead of Cookie. So Snooper has done himself justice because he was running in about 12th position before the pit stop started happening. Obviously, with the retirements of Tough Kev, Notorious Michelangelo, I know you were behind him anyway, so you know you're just behind Snooper, weren't you? But you know, but though of course the guys are retired. Oh, were you ahead of him? Forgive me. Bizarre crashes in this race, by the way. Tough Kev getting the
my one did
crash
not
of the
make
day
sense.
I actually missed it.
Because I was
scrapping round trying to get myself
I had DRS open, because I was tapping left, it just didn't like it, and then thankfully I didn't take Cookie out. I could have easily wiped him out, to be honest.
He changed his wing, by the way. Cookie did.
No, he had damage before that, so he said thankfully.
He thought, I've taken you out, now I'm going to deal with the rest.
Yeah.
My business is done here.
It's all part of my plan to get a better car.
Oh, and speaking of that, we've just been talking to Big Stu. He's going to finish the race on the super soft tyre now.
He's pitted.
He will be coming out just ahead of Turtles. No, he won't.
You could easily do 20 laps on Ultras at the end of the Grand Prix. But then he did 2 Ultra stints, didn't he? So he needs to do the...
Yeah, I think Stu was just really focusing on... I think Turtles up to 3rd, by the way. Good driving by Tits. And Tough Kev has left. Understandable, unfortunately for Kev. Hopefully better luck next time around Brazil, of course, next weekend. Which, by the way, guys, we already have an announcement for the commentators. Fuck, we're organised this week. It's going to be myself teaming up once again with the commentator from Mexico, Penguino. We're back next week, guys, of course. Same time, 8 o'clock, in case anything changes. That is a fucking late announcement, isn't it? Happy fucking days. Right, what early announcement. Now the thing here is Big Stu needs to overtake and pass Turtles. That is a gimme. Turtles may be going to the end. You never know, really, with Turts, do you? Addict, you point out Addict is up in 7th place.
Yeah,
this guy
but
wants to
he'll
race
have to
the
pit again, though. He'll have to pit one more time.
I forgot about that. But he's only going to fall potentially with ours at. So he's running in 9th. even after the traumatic middle of the race that he had, he's kind of still competitive, really. And we all know what happens with ours, that usually. He just seems to explode, really, doesn't it? Stephen, we are on lap 34 of 53. I know it's quite blurry on the stream, forgive me there, my man. 34 of 53, the race leader is on, and Sint is just in a world of his own. He is actually on the super soft tyres, guys, not the ultra soft. Forgive this fucking glitch of a game. But, Sint is putting himself back into the title hunt, really, isn't he, after a couple of weeks away. Kaninch, as you said, good, clean driving. And what I'm going to do, Kaninch, if you want to take over commentary now that you're here, I'm going to go for a really quick cigarette, my man. Let me know the driver you want to follow.
There's not really a lot of on-track battles at the moment, is there? So I would say stick it on Turts, because he'll be catching. Turts and Stu will be catching, I imagine.
Right then, I'll be back in 1 minute, mate. I'll let you take over for a sec. Thank you very much.
Oh, Les Paul's pitted. Let's check the mic's working, because I just... Yeah. So yeah, Les Paul has pitted. What's he gone on to? Is he... Oh, fast lap by Biddy. The world is ending. So Les Paul comes out on the ultras. He'll be going to the end. Let's watch this now. Big Stu on Turts. Obviously Turts on nearer tyres. Stu should quite comfortably catch him. He's in the DRS range. But he probably won't go for him on this straight here. He'll probably wait for the first actual main straight. Of course, some of the drivers still donning these pink helmets, where like the USA Grand Prix, we were supporting Cancer Awareness Month. And Stu, is he going to go before the straight? No. Turts covers him off quite easily. I think Stu just trying to put him off. But here we go. For the podium. Stu sets the fastest lap of the race while trying to overtake Turts. And he's side by side, even before the DRS is open. So Stu, there we go, he's passed him quite easily there, even before the braking zone. But Turts, good drive. He needs a good drive to move up the table again. Stu needs his points to get out of that murk. So Stu is now 17 seconds behind Winnie, who we think he should have to pit again, but Winnie may take it to the end. We'll never know. Well, we will know.
Is back.
There he is.
That was a hell of a cigarette. Jesus Christ. Wow, if I could sprint it back in. I just caught the end of the conversation there. If Winchester does pit, he's going to be going on to the ultra softs anyway, isn't he? So he's going to have the superior pace over Big Stu in this case.
This is what I mean. So he's 17 ahead of Big Stu. If he comes out, I mean, it depends how quick Stu catches him on these tyres now. But I think Winnie will probably pit again. He should pit about now if he's going to. But if not, he may try and stretch.
We'll check it. We've got a question here. And what drivers have got out of the race so far? Okay, we'll do a little bit more on that. We're watching Tits and Big Stu here. We'll go on board Big Stu just as we can see his progress, as he is catching Winchester, of course, being on much faster tyres. We've got Kaninch, of course, who's in commentary with me, of course, had an early crash with Cookie, or into the wall while overtaking Cookie. Hiya, been a while. I'm here. We've got Michelangelo, who stacked it into after turn 3. Just missed the collision, but saw him crash. The two crashes we did catch was Notorious, tapping the back of Snoop, coming out of the exit just after the beginning of sector 2, tapped the back of Snoop and just couldn't correct it in time and lost his wheel on the wall. And Tough Kev almost just literally outbroke himself to the point of, well, you know, left pedals, and ended up stacking it into the wall, of course. So we are running here with 13 drivers. Toto, of course, bring up the rear in 13th as we speak, chasing down Wystock, who he is catching. Les Paul gets the fastest lap. We can't forget about Les Paul, of course.
And so Stu is taking a second lap out of Winnie since pitting. So Winnie needs to make a decision.
Yeah, Winnie needs to really think now.
What's that? Yeah.
17 to go. Just over 17 to go here. The Ultras will go 17 laps. There's absolutely no question about that.
Oh, easily.
Will they go 17 laps? Admittedly, a lot of the guys have qualifying wear on their tyres.
They will. At this point in the race, they will.
Of course, with the end
track
of race
evolution
scenario. Another silent
Full
driver I
win-
will point out
winning-
today is Paul 2K. Up in 5th place, all of a sudden. Quiet drive.
He's had a quiet one, hasn't he?
He's probably going to be coming in again. I mean, he is catching turtles there, so I don't know. Addict is falling behind, of course. He will be pitting in again, Addict, and falling most likely between the positions of 8th and, well, probably coming out in 9th position just ahead of Snooper. We'll be going to the end, of course. We just hit Winnie Pitts. Winnie Pitts will be on board with Winchester.
Yeah,
in
he's
the
done
pit
it.
stop.
He's gone for the dive on the ultras.
He's done it. Splash and dash. Well, not quite a splash and dash, but
The only thing for
the
Winnie
equivalent of.
is how quick will he get past Turts. That could
Will
be
he come out
key
in front of? Will
to
he come out
catch
in
him
front
to
of
stew
2K?
back up. I think he may
He's
just
cleared
have
2K.
Yeah, he's got 2K. Yeah. So
Not
I mean,
much,
we
though.
saw that I think Stu was just about faster than Winnie at the start of the race, wasn't he? But
no,
now
we
with
have the
Winnie
equaliser.
having the superior tyre, yeah,
And he's running in lean, of course, at the
we
moment.
got a
That's
race
just
on
to
for
point
second
out.
place.
Winnie, I'd say lean for the first half and then just bomb it. Stu has been setting fastest lap after fastest lap. He's doing his job. As Addict pits, as we said he would do, of course. So, of course, 16 laps, 17 laps to the end of the race. Just under. This is where the pit stops start to happen. Can I just point out that Sint is absolutely dominating this race. Almost lights the flag. In fact, it has been lights the flag for Sint. In this case, of course, with the early pit stops, Sint has just done what he needed to do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the Force India is since the patch where they nerfed the Williams and they gave the Force India a boost. The Force India is it's such a fantastic car to drive.
Isn't it?
So
stupidly good.
winning in the Force India is just it's no surprise really.
I'll record this as well. My first ever prediction that may go right, barring absolute disaster. What do you do, Kninch, if someone disconnects from a lobby? That's a good question.
What do you mean?
Do they get classed as DNF straight away, or what happens? Do they get their finish?
Well, they get a chance to come back in, of course, because obviously we want
so they
people
let them.
to yeah. If they disconnect with, I think it's 5% left to go, then they still get points. So it's like 5% of the race left to
AI
go.
finishes pretty much.
Yeah.
We are going to be tracking the progress of Winchester very, very keenly here, because there will be a battle at some point in this race. So Big Stu is still hauling in a gap over Turtles. He's still pulling away with significant leverage over Turts at the moment. Just to let you know about my streaming tonight, guys, I may be doing Abu Dhabi. I'll definitely be doing the practice straight after this. I may bring you the stream depending obviously on the lateness of it, because I'm quite quick around there, so I don't really want to. I've set myself my own target of bed by 1, so still with 2 practice sessions to go. It's a bit of a tricky one. If not, it'll be definitely tomorrow night. But that is stop plugging myself for the moment. Cookie is still 3.2 seconds down on Snoop. He really needs to start making inroads on Snooper if he wants to keep this championship challenge. Obviously, there's a long way to go in this season, guys. Halfway distance after this race, of course. As we have our table creator, of course, for RRL, Kninch, in the commentary booth with me.
Yeah.
So he, of course, is the man you want to hear from with tables, of course. We'll have a look at that a little bit
Yeah.
later. But we just
So yeah, just looking at position
hauling
changes.
Turts in.
Yeah.
I've actually looked at that yet. Let's have a look.
Well, yeah, you got Turts +5, Paul 2K +5, and Les Paul +6, the main ones. In the top 6 anyway. Biddy
you've
down
got
in
the
7th.
guys further up.
Did Biddy have a spin? Because he shouldn't
I
be that far
think he
behind,
pitted.
surely. What, for a
Yeah,
second?
but
Has he had
Les
2
Paul
pits, has he?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
it
Biddy's
two
had
stops?
two stops.
Yeah, but
So,
he's in front of Les Paul,
yeah,
though.
Les Paul's kind of overcut him.
It's bizarre. At least Biddy's going to be getting some good
Yeah.
points here. Hopefully, if Biddy gets that Force India next week, then especially around Brazil.
Of course, Les Paul's only had 1 stop, isn't he?
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
They were running together, and Biddy was pulling away from Les Paul before the stops. Biddy must have had a little mistake there. That'll be confirmed, of course, by Bid. If he watches this in the comments, he'll let us know. Winchester is absolutely honing in Turts. But a point I want to make here, Kninch, the gap between himself and Big Stu isn't moving a great
Interesting.
deal. It's roughly around about the 10-second figure. Well, it's just pretty much almost exactly 10 seconds, 10.3 seconds between the two. And
Yeah.
I have to credit Codemasters, as much of a fucking wank game as this can be sometimes. They really, really have got this spectator camera. We are on board with Winchester here. This may be a nice, easy move on Tertz. We know Tertz will not make it easy for him, but this seems just an absolute matter of time.
I mean, Tertz, he's got plus 2.5 laps of fuel, so I mean, he could be damaging himself here because obviously he's not going to be running at the optimal speed. You know, if he's got over 2 laps of fuel, that's another couple of tenths he's potentially losing a lap.
Watch out for Tertz.
He's going to pit in. Tertz is pitting. Yeah.
What? He's still going to get good. He's
going for a splash
position.
and dash on the ultra softs.
He's going to be in 6th position behind Les Paul. That's based on, you know, 20. It's around about 22 to 23 second pit stop, so he's going to come out just behind Les Paul here. Paul 2K pits though.
Oh.
I guess this may be a bit of tactics between the two of them talking about it. This is going to be very interesting between Les Paul and Paul 2K though. Well, no, he's got him easily. Will Les Paul get Tertz? This is mighty close. He's got him. Les Paul's got Tertz.
Les Paul up into 4th.
And they're both on
See, the one-stop reigning supreme.
But he's got Paul 2K.
So Les Paul, what lap did he pit? Lap 35, Les Paul?
I believe so, 34, 35. Very interesting. Cookie all of a sudden. Was he just made a mistake there? Oh no. Snooper.
He's less than a second behind Snoop.
I was about to say, it fluctuated between about 1 and 2 seconds there. I'm not sure if that was a bit of lag on my part there. Forgive me there, guys, if it is. Nowhere near as bad as the other week in the American stream, which is still gaining views. I don't know how. I don't know where this has been fucking shared. But thank you very much
It
for the
was
guys
a
who
bloody
shared
good
this.
race.
I actually, legitimately, guys, I did a stream straight after it and I had no voice, so I had to put streaming off for a day. You can spare witness on my Twitch channel. I couldn't speak after it.
So when he's got some fuel to burn,
Big Stew with another
Big Stew, fastest lap. Wow.
Holding Sint in, but remember Sint can just splash and dash whenever he wants here.
Yeah, Sint's taken it easy. Oh, there we go. 38-1 from Winnie. He's finally putting the hammer down.
Beneath another 3-second penalty there.
Yeah, Sint's running in lean. He's taking it easy. Another penalty for Billy.
Jesus, man, it's not been a good race for Bid in terms of penalties. Him and Tertz having a little bit of a penalty of the day, master. Here we go, Cookie and Snoop here. Cookie in the McLaren is catching Snoop. Jesus.
Yeah.
Crying out loud. Cookie's going to go for this here.
Yeah,
Inside,
Cookie's one of those drivers that can somehow
He's done him.
perform miracles in the McLaren.
Well, he is. He's overtaken Snoop and left him. Well, God, that means we're going to go back on board with Tertz now. It's becoming the battle of the race nearly at the moment. Yes, of course. Oh, we got Addict catching Sint pits. That was expected, really, wasn't it? Sint having a nice, relaxing
Yeah,
drive
I think
here,
I just think he's pitting because he wants to, not because he has to.
He's been on them supers quite a while, to be fair. And Tertz, oh,
Yeah,
bit of lag there.
Yeah.
That's on my side, I believe. It's a bit jittery again. It did this a couple of weeks ago. Give me a second. Let's see if I can just watch a couple more drivers. What's this? Oh, yeah, it's lagging around certain parts of the track. It's really annoying.
Here we go. Tertz. He's right in the back of Les Paul now. He's gone to the right hand side. He's got DRS open.
Tertz
Side
got
by
Les
side.
Paul. Oh, has he got him?
There
He's
he
got
goes.
him. Comfortably through.
Ooh. I tell you what, as a driver, when someone cuts back into you on that Pacific corner, it's so hard. It's not very nice.
Ooh, I was thinking, I saw the way he kind of just drove sort of almost across the front. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, Tertz had the position, fair enough, but on that particular corner, it's so horrible for the driver behind if you get, you know, a car in front of you at the last second.
Tertz here as well, though. If you think about it that way, the way that the kind of track almost campers and angles in, it almost entices you to kind of drive back over to the left-hand side.
It does.
Because obviously you've got the kind of sweeping left to make the right-hander, haven't you? So it could almost be, I'd deem it 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and Tertz probably enjoyed that move a lot more than Les Paul did, as you pointed out.
Yeah.
So we do have a
So Addicts,
3-second penalty. Big Stew. Oh, that may
So
be
Addicts
key.
has made a second stop.
And he's putting the power down on a force in
He's Yeah. So Addict is closing on Alzat. So that'll be the next battle.
Sint has come out 6 seconds ahead of Big Stu. Of course, it is 9 seconds
Yeah.
in terms of total
So Winnie's
time.
pulled, since pitting, Winnie's pulled about a second back on Stu, so it's not enough.
Not enough yet. He needs to
I
be
think Stu's got
at least
this.
gain over 6 seconds, doesn't he? 6
Yeah,
seconds.
if
he needs.
Stu, yeah, if Stu keeps it clean, he's got this second place.
Let's see. He desperately needs it. He desperately needs it.
Yeah.
Addict needs to put the power down now. Him and Cookie are very, very close. 1 and 2 in the championship. An extra position between the two will be vital. The two guys will most likely be running Salbert McLaren again next week as the title rivals. The only one that's anywhere near them up front, well, 2 of them are Les Paul and Tertz, of course. Both running 4th and 5th, so they're currently not going to gain enough points.
Oh,
to be
Paul
able to...
2K, he's closing on Billy. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, I was watching the battle behind, almost an identical battle, and Tertz gets the fastest lap of the race.
You don't worry. Now since Cena, it'll be gunning. Don't worry. He's on Rich.
Put
He's
a
on
second
Rich.
on Big Stu.
He's on Rich since, so he's going for that lap. You watch. In about 30 seconds, you'll be getting a notice saying Sint fastest lap. But Paul 2K now. Here he
We're on board
goes.
with 2K.
Is he close enough? No, he's not close enough.
Oh, he's made the move.
He's a late move.
That's silly. That's silly. Didn't need to do
That
that.
was a bit. I think he outbraked himself there, but he's still going for it as well.
The bravery here. Both shitty camera angles. He's
I
done
got a
him.
nice camera there. He's done him.
He's done him. Very audacious.
It's a shame for Biddy because he was looking good in 4th place at the start of the race, wasn't he? And the extra stops just put him down.
He was just having a quiet time, wasn't he, Biddy? He's having a nice chill, but to be fair, he does have quite a few penalties. And
There we go. 4th India. There you go. Called it.
Tell you what, not as quick as you'd expect, really, is it? But he's not the fastest lap, I guess.
But I think he had to overtake Toe lapping. So if he gets a clean lap, he might go a bit faster.
Addict and Alzat, here we go.
Yeah, he's still in Rich Sint, so I imagine he'll be going for another lap.
Addicts in Rich Mix with DRS. This could happen here. Sauber on Force India. The unthinkable is about to happen here if you can pull this off. So happy the connectivity issues are getting a little bit better. I agree, Stephen. He was quite far behind doing that, but I tell you what, amazing. Almost the audacity after making that sort of dive to keep the move going by Paul 2K. The balls and guts of that move, seriously. I probably wouldn't have done it myself. I probably would have yielded, but, you know. Oh, I was up with a bit of a flick off the curb then. Addict is hounding the hell out of Alzat. Hounding the hell out of his MG UK at the moment as well by being in Rich Mix this long.
So this could be it now.
Here we go. Go on. Tertz is fucking flying as well, can I point out?
You can see that Force India just stretching his legs on the straight. Even with DRS and slipstream, Addict can't do much. Even with the better tyres and fresher tyres.
I pointed this out last week as well, Kunic, by the way. Obviously, I know you've watched the whole thing, haven't you? The way that Addict goes around corners compared to other people, he's so smooth.
It's a wheel.
He's all over the place, isn't he?
Yeah.
There you go. 370.
Yeah.
He's doing it gradually.
He had a clean lap that time.
When he is officially just under 4.9 seconds down on Big Stu here. 4.7 now. So he's making the move. Oh, Addict a little bit wide there. You can tell the wheel runners, can't you, compared to the pad runners?
Yeah.
And who the hell is that?
I
Who's that?
don't know. We
What's
locked
his
the
name?
lobby off, so
What's his name? Who is it?
Scott132200.
Not on my bloody friends list. What the fuck
No.
is that?
Weird one. But yeah, I mean, I would love a wheel. I think my driving style suits a wheel. My tyre would be even better if I had a wheel.
Give me a second, I'm going to investigate something.
But Addict's still all over the back of
I'm
Alzat.
not going to... Just have to
Nose
think about
to
that a
tail
bit,
there.
anyway.
There you go, Addict's running and lean around there. And then he'll put it up into Rich Mix now. There he goes. He's trying to stay in the slipstream. But look, you can see the Force India. Look at that.
Now, by the way, Alzat has just gone into rich mix for the first part of that straight, and look at the difference. Look at the difference.
So now Alex just got to pray for a mistake from Alzat. Otherwise,
Alzat,
you could
of
be
course,
sat
as
here
we
for another
have
8
proven,
laps.
in the last 3 weeks is susceptible to mistakes, and in this race, Turtles with 3-second penalty as well. Now that may be key with Les Paul.
He's at 6.
So
I think
remember
that's 6 seconds on Turts now.
It certainly is, unless you missed something earlier in the race. 6 seconds, but it'll be interesting as
36.5
well.
from Shint now.
Fuck
Sorry?
it. I was going to say it'll be interesting. You'll see when people get. We've not had a 10-second penalty yet. I've noticed.
I haven't seen them this year, the 10 seconds.
I've had one, but it was more around Singapore, to be honest with you, which is
Oh.
obvious.
Oh, Alzat's made a mistake. He's done it.
He called it last lap.
He did. Sorry, Alzat.
Literally.
Commentator's curse again.
Now this is key now for
But he
Alzat.
does have DRS. Will he try and make a
faster
move
car.
back? He does.
He's all over the place. Addict keeps the position, bit of a ride over the curb. Hell, if you get a chance to, just bloody do it, why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it, just don't get a 3-second penalty.
So now,
How's that now? This is going to be interesting.
the test will be down the main straight.
Oh my
Will that
gosh,
force
Addict,
in
come
the...
on. What's the wall?
Yeah.
Walls are not your friends.
This will be the test now. Will the Force India just breeze past him? You can bet Addict's going, no, he's trying to break the slipstream.
Got to watch out if they're within position for one defensive manoeuvre, haven't you? Addict's already made his mind up.
There he goes.
Alzat's going to go
No,
for the move.
that's it. So Alex now has the chance to pull away.
He has to pull away.
Get
now.
out of
There's no
get out of
choice.
DRS range.
Lap 46, and by the way, all of us, Winchester.
I tell you, it was 6
5.6
seconds.
down.
He's take. I think Stu's made a mistake because he went down half a second in about a second there. So.
He's lapped.
I
total.
think he was lapping toe. So yeah, there you go. 5.2. That's gone down 8 tenths.
Bloody hell. Literally shifting between these two guys, and you can see them now on the same straight as well. Now, I know
5
myself,
seconds
I'm not
and
sure
6
about
laps.
You as a driver. You as a driver, you almost kind of, when you see someone catching you at that rate, you press obviously down on the all right stick just to check behind you. I do myself anyway.
Yeah.
And you see a faster car behind you on the same straight. The one thing that goes into your mind is, fuck.
Yeah.
What the fuck have I got to do here? Especially as Stu's carrying the 3 seconds. He's really just got to not look back. And how was that with? Bloody hell, that's one way to... Well, that's a save, I guess we'll count that as a save. Addict, I think, has got this. Unbelievable driving by Addict, taking advantage of Alzat's mistake, as we call. Snooper, the only potential other battle on track is, of course, the Winchester Big Stew battle. That's more of a time battle, really, isn't it, at the moment? But Snooper is catching Cookie. That is going to be key for Snoop, especially around Brazil. You don't really want the Williams a great deal. Who wouldn't want that car around there, or around any track?
Apart from Monza.
Do you know what? The way they've nerfed the fucking car, I won't really want it around there anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously, because basically, if there's a corner on the track, I wouldn't Williams.
No.
So if it was the Forza Horizon fucking airport drag strip, you'd want to go on it without Williams. That's the only place you want to fucking drive that car.
Yeah.
But we've got here, Alzat is still within the vicinity of Addict. He has to now. I'd almost say he's doing the right thing, I'd say. Apparently, Alzat's pit window is like 13 to 32. He's missed that a little bit, so fair play to him.
Just a tad.
Bit of a glitch there in the system. Les Paul doing well, just hanging it in 5th position. Turks, of course, with 6 seconds of penalties. Biddy with 9 seconds. Actually, funnily enough, will fall behind that Addict and Alzat battle, unless he can really put the hammer down here. So a little bit unfortunate for Bid, especially around Russia as well.
So,
you know,
just put myself in Wise Dog's shoes. Just sitting that summer going.
I forgot Wise Dog. Do you know what? Here you
Merc
go,
next week.
Wise Dog.
Merc next week. Mercedes next week. Mercedes next week. You could just tell himself.
Will he be there though? Because I think he's. Oh, Michael, he's going to gain points.
Whoa, he's on! Oh! Whoa! Sugar lumps.
That was damage.
Oh, yeah. Did you? Ooh,
I
toe.
caught the back end of it.
Wow.
What happened?
He went wide coming out of turn 3, and he didn't turn right enough before hitting the wall. He's very lucky to have 4 wheels in that car right now.
And then the Mercedes behind him, almost slingshot. That's the part that I jumped back on and saw. think it was Winchester in the Mercedes, actually it was, who just managed to avoid him by pain of death. We were watching Wise Dog just to give him a bit of TV time. He's going to be scoring, that's my point, that he's going to be scoring, I believe, 10 points for 13th place, isn't he, from what I kind of calculated the other day.
Yeah.
But
because we've got Tough Cover 96. He is 10, he's 13 points behind Michelangelo.
So he's going to still be behind Michelangelo. He's going to pull away from Tough Kev, though.
Yeah. You got Stu and Winnie both on 92 points.
Yeah,
so he will fall down into Mercs. So next week you'll probably have Wise Dog and Tough Kev in the Mercs.
That is a car I'd love to have around Brazil.
Oh, Toe didn't pit.
I think he's probably just thought, just get to the end. I think it's only an end plate. He's lost
3 laps
from what I
left.
can see.
He's been lapped. Go to the end.
So yeah, it's only just over 3 laps now for him. As we'll of course watch Sint doing his crescendo lap, of course, for the 2nd week running.
Yeah.
Sint's really putting his name into the championship hunt at the moment.
Yeah, when he's got the gap down to less than 5 seconds.
How was that hit the wall?
Oh
it's like
no!
The beginning off.
How's that?
Wing off, red wing, red wing.
Yeah.
That is a killer blow.
Dear.
Will he just keep it going?
Is he gonna pit?
He is. He's pitting.
Yes, he's gonna pit.
Is he gonna pit? If he doesn't pit, he's fine. You won't lose 15 seconds in 3 laps.
He's pitting.
Speed in the pit lane. Stop, go.
Oh. He's
wrong.
frustrated. Look at that.
It's all gone wrong.
So Cookie is now only 1 place behind Alex now. Cookie, he's had a quiet race, Cookie. He's gone about his business.
Almost the way he usually does. He's become a connoisseur for doing that now, hasn't he? Stint, the race leader, is right behind Snoop now, by the way. So Snoop will be getting the blue flag very shortly, which means Alex, all of a sudden being in the top 6, is now a lap down.
Yeah. If they finish where they are, Alex will have 5 points on 5-point gap on Cookie.
Very, very close. Turts, of course, I believe will be 3rd position with Thomas Halos not showing, of course. And Toto being way down the order. Just want to alert you guys.
Oh, Winnie, the gap's down to below 4 seconds now. I think Stu's tyres are beginning to go off.
Later. Well, he's got a second to make up. 1 second to make up. Tell you what, though.
So the gap on my screen says it's 4 seconds. What's the gap say on your screen?
4, and then it went down to 3.954.
Okay, yeah.
936 now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so close in this race.
I saw that as well.
Jesus Christ, so close. Winnie pushing.
So it looks like unless Winnie catches Stu, this is how we're going to finish.
Oh, no, he's out. Stu's gone.
Sector
Stu's
2.
gone.
Stu! No! He's done it! Stu!
He stacked it.
No!
I caught it on cam.
The curse! I've cursed it again.
Big Stu's been there in the wall.
Oh no! Oh, Stu!
Jesus, man. There's Turts. Big Stu. Words, eh?
I feel gutted for him. He had such a good race. And he's let himself down with 3 laps to go.
He clipped the right hand side. He hit the left curb, corrected it, and obviously by correcting it, has put himself on the wall. And
so Turts inherits the podium.
Devastated. Do you know what, I don't even... I'm not an RR representative, guys, you know what I mean? I'm not an RR representative, I just want to point that out, you know what I mean? I'm an outsider. I'm a one-man mercenary show who gets people to help him, you know? Kninch is only here because we're all long-time friends, of course. And I feel bad for Stu. I feel fucking gutted for him. Jesus, man. Just genuinely. I've had it before. Well, Kninch, you weren't obviously racing. I'll give a little bit of a pulse story as that was the last battle of the race, by the way. Get on board with that in a lap or so. But there you go. But I was, we did a Monaco race before we obviously started streaming. And I'm not sure if I think you were just about to join RRLM. We did a Monaco race and I was in a Sauber. I was actually leading the RRL Championship of Season 5. And I stacked it on lap 71 going around to the back in Monaco. with, ironically, Toto, who had a 20-second penalty in front of me, as did Turts. And you know when that moment goes where you just think, fuck it.
Yeah. You just have a
bollocks.
breakdown. You throw the controller at the screen. Throw a
I actually
tantrum.
didn't.
Yeah.
I just kind of stood there in shock.
Alex catching Biddy. He's less than a second behind.
Do you know what?
That's come out of nowhere. Biddy must have made a mistake.
I was about to act shocked, but I'm watching it. I don't know why I was going to act shocked. I'm just really stupid.
Thanks.
I was just literally watching it on screen. I was going to go, what? I looked at the screen. I literally stopped myself right before then. That just made the stream somber when Stu crashed out. Seriously, fucking hell.
Yeah.
But moving on.
R.I.P.
Well, he's got Biddy anyway. I'm not sure if he knows, but Biddy of course has penalties. Addict may not know
Of
this.
course.
I think, well, Biddy has all of a sudden jumped as a minimum 7th position now. Who knows? Anything else can happen. Anything can happen really here. So we'll wait for.
So I mean, Biddy probably won't. I would say Biddy wouldn't put up a fight, but then he put up a fight with me in the USA. I only had a 3-second penalty, harsh, and he had about 12 seconds. He still put up a fight.
Everybody was fighting around America. You fucking killed my voice box during that fucking race. Sint is coming around the final sector now, of course. He's on lap 52. We'll be watching him intently. Ooh, Biddy hit the grass. Biddy hit the grass a little bit there.
He did.
This now is going to be a key moment.
Here we go.
Well, Addict, it's not really going to matter much, let's be honest. Cool helmet by Addict there as well. I've not seen that design before. Especially not in them colours. But Addict on the back of Biddy. Both wheel users, of course. Almost RRL originals, aren't they? They've been in it for years. But long before I even entered. But this is the final battle. We're on lap 53. We'll keep an eye on Sint in the background. Of course,
Addict's down to 0.18 fuel as well, so always go.
He'll make it to the end.
Addict's really got to watch his fuel.
He'll keep it in standard for the moment. He'll be absolutely fine with that.
Yeah.
Left coast. Maybe he can potentially. He's not. His fuel light isn't even flashing, of course. Mind you, he's only on lap 52 if you think about it as well. So.
Yeah.
But an amazing race here, guys. A lot quieter than the last 3 weeks, but there has been fucking stacked full of incidents. But he's run wide.
Oh. Yes.
Here comes
What's Addict going to do?
The most unnecessary move in the world because he got 9 seconds worth of penalties. Moving on.
He's gone to the inside.
He's got him. He's got him, but he's at the back of him.
Oh, but he's at the back of him. 6th place, Addict in the Sauber.
Saying that, ironically, he's going to pull further ahead because Addict now catching Biddy and overtaking him. But mind you, what will happen if there's any potential moves that happen? Sint has come around the final sector. We'll get on board with him very, very shortly. I'll probably ask you, Kinich, if you can keep an eye on that battle. Sint, faultless race, faultless 2 weeks in a row. Coming around towards the second to last corner. Addict seems to be pulling away a bit.
3 weeks in a row now, isn't it, Sint? 3 wins in a row now.
Is it 3? No, I think Les Paul won in America, didn't he? Sint, however, takes the victory in the Russian Grand Prix, back to back. Great driving.
Well done, Sint.
Manchester. Good racing there by Sint. Put himself right up there now.
Yeah. Addict's pulled clear now. I think Biddy's given it up.
As Cookie 8th, Snoop.
Oh, a Snoop's gone hard at how's that? Is that penalties?
Yeah. I was out of 3. I think. No.
Yeah.
Winchester takes second. Good driving there by Winnie. Turts then. Only 7 drivers on the lead lap. To be expected when you got a Force India there. Sint, you didn't quite win in America, bro, but Les Paul did get it. we'll put it as 3, just for you, of course. As we have Tails coming to the end now. He is coming around for a very, very nice 3rd position under the circumstances. Good effort there.
So who's your driver of the day?
I don't know. It's obvious to give it to Sint. I'm going to put 1 of 2. Oh, he won the co-op. Forgive me. I'm obviously not streaming the co-op, am I? Forgive me.
Right, of course, yeah.
But right, my driver of the day is a tie between Sint and the man who's about to cross the line in 6th.
Yeah, I mean, I was a Sint, Sint, you know. He can have a driver of his own day. Yeah, I'm thinking Les Paul, because he made up 8 places. And Addict. I mean, I wanted to give it to Addict, but he had that wing change. So
Misdemeanor, didn't he?
yeah.
I'll
But
give
to
it
be
to-
honest, coming back, yeah, you have sin. I'll give mine to Addict because to have a wing change, an unplanned stop,
since a
and
woman.
still come sixth in the Sauber.
Since a woman.
He is, yes.
Well, let's turn it for the books.
Because women can be racing drivers too, folks. Remember that.
And in pink. You missed Breast Cancer Awareness Month by 5 days, mate, but no, fair play enough to you. Good win by Sint there. As I will skip through now and we will read out the final classified results. Sint, great result in the Force India first position, grabs in the full 40 points. Winchester in second position in the Mercedes. Turtles, an eventful third. Les Paul, an uneventful fourth. Paul 2K fifth. And we have Addict sixth. Biddy in a disappointing seventh. Expected much more from Bid, of course. He'd expected much more from himself. Cookie in a very good eighth in the McLaren in a problematic track for the McLaren car. Snoop, quiet, uneventful night. How was that? Oh, of course, he had the stop go as well, didn't he? Couldn't serve.
The 5 second, yeah.
That'll be what it is. And he had two stop goes, did he? Curious.
I
Toto
don't know.
Wolff and Wise Dog were the final, of course. Give me a second. I'm just going to go and have a look at the incident.
You got 25 seconds.
Stop go. He got a stop go penalty and an unserved stop go penalty, so that counted as 2 penalties for 10 seconds.
Oh.
Sint just said he looks hot on the top step. Fucking egotistical fuck. Right, guys, this has been the RRL Season 8 Drivers' Championship Round 10 around Russia. Please be there to join me next week when me and Ninja Penguino will be reuniting to re-hook up after the Mexican Grand Prix we had together. From everyone here, Kaninch, myself, take it easy, much love, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.
See you in Brazil.